All right. We are back Monday morning. Bitcoin Brandon from Los Angeles, California. I am back in town from my trip to Philadelphia for a Bitcoin boot camp. I thought I was going to take today off, but crypto news does not stop. So I'm not taking the day off today. Hope you guys had a good weekend. You can type in the chat box where you're listening in from. I see Marty Bali from Victoria, Texas. Darnell Abram, OKC. Ida Brown. Mafoose. Got a chance to meet Mafoose for the first time. Bethany Gibbs, Seattle. Brad Gibson. Journey to Inspire. I'm not sure who that is, but I like that name. Gerald Gardner. Bill Childers, North Palm Beach. Stan Williams, Tampa, Florida. Brad from South Dakota. As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be dismissing financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share suggestions, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. There are 4 rules to live by in the crypto space. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make it happen? Decide what you want to do, find the right vehicle, make a decision, take action, and remain focused. It gets lost in some people's heads. Do not get distracted. There's so many things in the crypto space, and you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till 2019. You can't be a part of everything. That means saying no to some great opportunities. Now, following this does not guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that you can ask for. Oh, we got a VIP in the house. I see a Moshe Frazier. Had a chance to meet Moshe this weekend in Philadelphia. So let's get back to our regularly scheduled program of our crypto talks. Now, those of you in Philly that was at the Philly event, now that you've gone through the Bitcoin boot camp and you've gone through some of our lessons in our KGX 45 lessons. Hey, Andrea, part of the Philly team. Now, when you listen to these crypto talks, it's going to start to make even more sense to you, especially the way I break it down. I don't just read articles. I go ahead and actually share, my thoughts, my opinions on things and how things are looking and working. So now that you know a little bit, it's going to make sense to you. And you can take that knowledge and turn that knowledge into money. So Bethany Gibbs did. Bethany in Philly, I got to say, I used you as an example. Wait, is Bethany on? I think I said I saw her name. I used Bethany as an example of what crypto education can do. Oh, and I need my Bluetooth because I'm going to be moving around and walking around. So give me a second here. Get the Bluetooth turned on. All right, we're good to go. Okay, so you should see the screen. We're going to start with generic crypto news. But before we do that, let's look at the market. Now, yesterday, I spent the day with Diana going over how to read and look at CoinMarketCap, signing up for all the exchanges, Bittrex, Poloniex, Binance, Cryptopia, HitBTC, showing her how to read the chart, how to trade. She did her very first trade on Poloniex, and I don't remember if she did one on, was it YoBit or HitBTC, or I think it was Binance. She did something on Binance. So I showed her all that stuff. And one thing that I always say, and I know she either is listening live to this or the recording, this is a perfect example of what we talked about yesterday. The first thing you look at is this number right here, the entire coin market cap. Bitcoin always represents about half of it. So all last week, it was around the $209 to $210 billion range. The market looked pretty flat yesterday morning. But I said, here's what you do to go to a closer look. We pulled up the Poloniex chart and was looking at, it was still on a downward trend. And so she was asking about strategies of when you move things into Tether and whatnot. Well, you don't do it daily. I've only done the Tether strategy maybe 2 or 3 times this year, but I don't day trade. So those are day trading and stuff. You can do it more often, but I know when to do it. And here's a good example, because we saw the Bollinger Band squeezing yesterday. That it's either going to go up or down after this squeeze, but everything was pointed down. And look what happened. The market dropped by 4%, went from 210 billion to 203 billion. So it lost $7 billion in the last 24 hours. That would have been a good time to move your coins out of the market into Tether. I didn't say sell your coins. I said move your coins. And you guys remember me doing that article a couple of weeks back when they said that Tether, I guess, crashed or failed because it dropped from a 1-to-1 to 92, 93 cents. And I said, chill out. They pulled out $300 million for profit and people panicked. It's going to go right back to where it's supposed to be. And here we are today, is back at 99 cents. I don't mean to say that I told you so, but education can give you good educated guesses if you know how to read the charts. So here you're looking at the entire chart is red. The question is, how long is this going to continue to slip? And this isn't the chart you want to look at. The chart you want to look at is one of the exchanges. But let's look at the top gainers of the last 24 hours. NXT is up 11%. Polymath, 8%. Mobile Gold, 3%. But even though these gains, they're on the downtrend right now. So something happened within the last 6 hours or so that caused the market to dramatically drop and dip. All right. Anyways, again, I hope you're paying attention to this stuff. And those of you on the Philly team, Diana now knows how all this works. She now knows how to trade. I wanted to make sure she knew when the green wallets come out and green goes on the exchange, how you move your coins from the wallet to the exchange to sell them. People ask me all the time, how much money am I going to make from the green machines? You're asking the wrong question. The right question is, how many coins are you going to be mining from the green machine? How much money you make is determined on when you decide to sell, at what price, and how much of it you decide to sell. That's on you. I can't tell you how much you're going to make. I can only tell you how many coins you're going to get. And oh my goodness, when you guys start seeing this stuff, I was playing with numbers with Dr. Ken Lewis yesterday while I was at the airport. And man, I always use worst case scenario. Even if it's 80 to 90% wrong, 80, 90% wrong, we still come out on top. You still make, I can't guarantee, let me shut up. So anyways, let's go into some news. Let's see what's happening. Any insights what's happening in the market. Okay, this is Crypto Weekend Review. China, Japan, U.S. regulators approve crypto. Say what? U.S. regulators approve crypto? Now, I know I've been traveling. I missed a lot this week. You know, I missed a lot of news, especially crypto news. Declining volatility in crypto markets has allowed startups, investors, and industry leaders to slow down and postulate about the future of this nascent industry. Catalyzing a series of positive developments for one, in the past week, certain crypto-centric entities were awarded wheelbarrows of regulatory traction, with leading governmental agencies from Japan and US expressing their approval for this innovation, subsequently striking a chord with investors worldwide. Now, traditionally, this is why I say that the market is being manipulated and forcefully being pushed down. And the reason why I say that, it was going on, Antoinette. Antoinette was next to me at dinner, asking a million questions. I hope I got them all answered for you, Antoinette. All right. A year ago, news like this would spark the market to rise. Think about it. Last year, when everybody was uncertain, China, Japan, and US regulators approved crypto, the market would have jumped by 1,000 points. But the same news comes out now and the market drops by 4%. Why? I know why. The billionaires are all positioning themselves. They want the market cheap. They can buy as much as they possibly can. Japan's FSA greenlights crypto consortium self-regulating status. Per a report from Reuters, the Japan Virtual Currency Exchange Association, a collective of Japan's foremost cryptocurrency platforms, is now legally permitted to regulate industry players. And this unexpected approval, so it's see, news like this would have the whole market jumping for joy. Unexpected approval, which came from Japan's Financial Services Agency, will allow the JVCEA to police and punish local exchanges that are in violation of the body's regulations, which include caps on margin, leverage, trading features. The self-regulating consortium, which consists of Bitflyer, Tech Bureau, Coin, and a dozen other local startups, will also be responsible for fending off money launderers, policing regulatory compliance, and providing operational guidelines for Japanese platforms. Most importantly, however, the group will manage and how exchanges safeguard consumer-owned digital assets, which has become a pertinent concern for Japanese traders. Discussing this regulatory green light, an unnamed FSA authority issued the following comment, which was short and to the point. It's a very fast-moving industry. It's better for experts to make rules in a timely manner than bureaucrats do. I agree with that. Even in network marketing, we have the DSA, Direct Selling Association. We can police ourselves. All right, Coinbase awarded custodian license by New York regulator. That's big news. If you have seen the documentary on Netflix called Banking on Bitcoin, you'll see how New York was leading the nation, almost the world, into the crypto revolution. They opened up their own exchange right on Wall Street. And then New Yorkers, the Wall Street people, panicked, saw a threat, made laws and got them shut down, and ran out of town all the crypto stuff. Well, now, 9 years later, it's coming back to New York. So when it comes to financial capitals of the world, there isn't any location that is as prominent as New York City, which is where hundreds of institutional hotshots are situated. Keeping this in mind, many were over the moon, so to speak, as Coinbase secured a license from the New York Department of Financial Services on Tuesday afternoon. An NYDFS press release indicates that the San Francisco-based startup can lawfully establish the Coinbase Custody Trust Company, a subsidiary focused on offering crypto asset custodian solutions for New York-based clients. Coupled with the announcement of this license, the NYDFS also noted that CCTC will now be classified as a fiduciary under New York State's banking laws, further solidifying the firm's legitimacy in this emerging industry. Commenting on the development, Maria T. Vulu, the superintendent behind Coinbase's new license, revealed the subsidiary can now offer custodial support for BTC, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Ripple. You know what, Diana? That's one. I don't think we did that one. So make sure you put that one down there, Ethereum Classic. XRP, which is Ripple, and Litecoin. Along with offering custody for the aforementioned crypto assets, as pointed out by Coinbase custody Sam McKingvale, the licenses authorizes the startup to compliantly store more assets and new features like staking. Okay. Bitcoin ETF hype grows as VanEck, CBOE, SolidX speak with SEC. Again, news like this should have had the market moving up. As reported by News BTC previously, recently released documents from the US SEC indicated that a Paramount closed-door meeting occurred. On Tuesday, the financial regulator released VanEck's slide deck, coupled with a memorandum of the event, giving the public some insight on regarding this rendezvous. The memo revealed that the meeting, which occurred on October 9th, was attended by Commissioner Roisman, who has been classified as pro-crypto. Well, this thing just moved by itself, lost my place. All right, let's see, where is it at? October 9th, blah, blah, blah. Pro-crypto. For some, by some, 4 legal counsels and 5 representatives from the 3 aforementioned finance-focused firms. In the 11-part slide deck, New York-based VanEck, which has been working on a Bitcoin ETF with SolidX partners since 2017, has claimed that the SEC's issuance of yesteryear, which were outlined in historical Bitcoin. Oh, this thing keeps jumping on me. I'm not even moving the mouse. Oh, where was I? More specifically, yeah. Most notably, VanEck claimed that there now exists a significant regulated derivatives market for Bitcoin, adding that CBOE's rules dictate that market surveillance will be a priority in the proposed fund. No comments from the SEC were issued on Van Eck's slide decks, but many investors are hopeful that the attendees of the forum were pleased with what was represented. Chinese court validates Bitcoin transactions and holding allowed. Oh, okay, now we're starting to see a reversal. Remember, since July 2017, everything crypto in China was banned and made illegal and outlawed. Now, a year and some months later, we're starting to see a little reversal. Following months of anti-crypto crackdowns, the Shenzhen Court of International Arbitration has reportedly ruled in favor of cryptocurrencies. See, this is why I'm scratching my head again right now. All of this stuff has been positive news, yet the market dropped by 4%. Citing a document posted on WeChat, China-based insider on Ledger claimed that the court's verdict vindicates the use of Bitcoin in consumer-to-business transactions. The local source added that the Shenzhen body has ruled Bitcoin legal due to its inherent nature as property and its ability to procure and produce economic value. So you hear that? When your broke cousin Pookie's telling you that there's no value behind Bitcoin, it's worthless, there's nothing backing it, then you can go to the country that has banned everything crypto, and their own court says Bitcoin is legal due to its inherent nature as property and its ability to procure and produce economic value. You know how powerful that is? It's powerful enough that I'm gonna quote that. The local source out of the Shenzhen body. The Shenzhen body. Okay, I need to put that in. So let me just highlight that. That's going to go on one of my quotes. I'm going to post it on Facebook later. However, it is important to note that this case underwent proceedings in Shenzhen, one of China's special economic zones, which may have skewed the results of the case in favor of digital assets. Moreover, the decision was only that of one of Shenzhen's arbitrators, meaning that it won't likely alter China's overarching laws in any way, shape, or form. It's a start. It's setting a precedent. And in legal terms, that's all you need. Regardless, there are many that are still hopeful for crypto's future within China, even if restrictions and guidelines regarding Bitcoin and other digital assets aren't consistent throughout the nation. Consistency. Many people lack that, being consistent. Crypto tidbits. Okay, let's do a little crypto tidbits. Singapore government-backed Vertex Ventures discloses Binance investment. Okay, what other news? Coinbase lists Ethereum-based Circle-backed USDC. Yeah, I remember that. ICE confirms backs Bitcoin futures launch date. Well, what's the launch date? December 12th? All right, that's one date you want to pay attention to. December 12th. I don't know which way the market's going to go on that date, but it is going to go in one direction more than the other. Tether torches 500 million USD. Okay, I do want to read this. Following weeks of uncertainty regarding Tether, their limited financial situation, which was deemed to be precarious at best, the shadowed organization behind the controversial stablecoin, it's only controversial because you make it so, burned 500 million USDT, sending consumers scrambling for answers. While Tether itself announced the $500 million token burn, the firm didn't reveal why it decided to take such drastic action. I mean, it's simple. Take your profits. Don't forget, people, the name of the game is profit. You don't want to be holding on for dear life for the rest of your life. The game is, and the goal is profit. So make sure you take profit. Okay, go on to an article about Ripple. Ripple's been in the news a lot lately. It's like an orchestrated effort is taking place right now. All right, let's talk about Ripple. Ripple released 3 billion XRP from its escrow account to propel the progress. Propel the progress? What progress? In a recent written report by Ripple's chief market strategist, Corey Johnson, and published on the Ripple blog, he mentioned multiple aspects of his company's journey in the third quarter of 2018. Here, he also wrote about the escrow activity within the company and its history. He started by stating that the company locked up around 55 billion XRP and secured it cryptographically in an escrow account in the last quarter of 2017. 55 billion? Hold up. I think their current circulation about 40 billion. 40 billion. Can anybody tell me off the top of your head what is going to be the ultimate number of Ripple coins ever in existence? Anybody type that in the chat box? Because right now they've got 40 billion in circulation. Oh, I just gave it away. If you ever want to know, this is a teaching moment here. If you're looking at CoinMarketCap and you want to know how many coins are in circulation and how many are left to be mined, then you look here, circulating supply, 17.3 million for Bitcoin. But if you click on Bitcoin, it tells you the max supply will be 21 million. So let's go back. Let's look at Ripple. And I noticed this number is turning around. It was at more than 2-3% negative. Now it's negative 1%. So it's on the upward trend slightly right now. Ripple. Okay, total supply, 99 billion. I'm going to share with you guys something I shared with Diana yesterday. When it comes to green, if you ever want to think of how green might perform, then you look on the market to see if there any other coin of similar nature, similar value. Like there's 40 billion coins in circulation right now for Ripple. But if we look at the year to date, at one point, Ripple was worth come on, get it right there. I know it is $3. $3, it was 70 something cents actually. $3.71. I want you to think about this for a second. 40 billion coins, it got up to $3.71. But there's a but in there. The total coin market cap at that time was over $900 billion. Okay? That's why I say always look at this number. Because when this number rises, all coins rise with it, like filling up a river, and the boats start to rise. So GreenX, total supply ever will be 50 billion coins. The first 6 months between July of this year and December, 12.5 billion coins need to be mined. 12.5 billion. Ripple right now is at 44 cents. Let's just say, and I like what Mike Boggs did, and Mike did an excellent job, by the way, this weekend, Mike and Mark. I can neither confirm nor deny that the machines are doing anywhere between $20,000 to $40,000 a day in coins. I cannot confirm nor deny. And at a 2-cent valuation. I'm not confirming that it's going to be at 2 cents. But you know what? Let's have a little fun. I wanted to do this in Philly, but I couldn't get my screen share to work right. So let's take a look at something here. This is all speculation. This is not a guarantee. This is not saying this is what's going to happen. I just like to play with numbers. So if you've got 40,000 a day, and you multiply that times, let's say 30 days, then you're left with 1.2 million coins. And if it's at 0.1 cent on the exchange, that's $12,000 a month. If it's at 0.2 cents, you doubled that. That's $24,000 a month in coins. But let's just say it follows Ripple and what Ripple's price is right now. All right. So what is Ripple's price right now? 44 cents. You guys are going to lose sleep after this. I'm not even going to verbally say that number. Just look at the screen. This is how people become Bitcoin millionaires and billionaires. This is crypto, baby. This is not lotions, potions, and cream. How many people's on auto ship every single month? Can we have a grand opening in Mexico? No. This is crypto. But what if? I like doing those. It gets to Ripple's height, $3.71. Huh. Again, I'm not going to say that number out loud. You pull your calculator out. You do the math. That's one machine. One. Again, as a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be dispensing financial advice. I do not work for Green. I am not a representative of Green. I'm a representative of KGX, and we are just a wholesaler. We can neither guarantee any income results, anything dealing with Green. All right, I got that part out the way. I'm just playing with some numbers here. Playing with my calculator. All right, you guys see that? See how I was able to come up with the numbers? 44 cents, 40 billion coins. Green, it'll be 12.5 billion when it comes on the market. Might hit at 1 or 2 cents per exchange on the exchange. All right, I'm getting sidetracked because I get excited when I think about that. Let's get back to Ripple here. So they have 55 billion Ripple set aside. That may, you know what? That makes sense then, because Ripple was never mined. 40 billion in circulation, 55 billion, they got locked up, sitting on it. Due to, this is believed to have been done to avoid uncertainty in the supply of Ripple in the market. Johnson also added, due to that lockup, Ripple has access to only 13% of the total Ripple in circulation. Ripple sales were a tiny fraction of that amount. He further explained that the third quarter of this year saw the release of 3 billion Ripple from the escrow account on 1 billion per month basis. More so, new escrow contracts were created where 2.6 billion in XRP was engaged. He also stated the remaining 400 million Ripple not returned to escrow is being used in a variety of ways to help support the Ripple ecosystem. In other words, they are investing back into themselves. Here's what I do not like about Ripple. It is controlled, sort of, by an agency, an institution. It has a CEO, and they're trying very hard to differentiate Ripple from XRP. But XRP represents Ripple, all right? Just how it is. So the company also mentioned all the newcomers that entered the XRP ecosystem in the second quarter. Some of the names were Coil, a micropayment cryptocurrency startup making use of XRP to provide service and SB projects, a service to enable artists to manage and monetize their content via XRP. Wait, hold up. Bitcoin Bootcamp. Tina, Mafuz, Moshe, Antoinette. What did I say? Was it yesterday? Saturday? About artists being able to sell and provide their own product on the blockchain. Remember I said that? Look at this. It's a service to enable artists to manage and monetize their content. As stated by Ripple, both of the mentioned projects were backed by Xspring. This is an initiative taken by the firm to support and fund the new startups that want to build and progress on the Ripple ecosystem. Interesting news. Okay, hope you guys learned something on that one. And we're going to talk about IBM. IBM, let me put this link in the chat box. IBM, 61% of central banks believe blockchain is unnecessary. I call BS. I'm calling major BS on that one. The banks are not stupid. They know the blockchain is going to speed things up and bring transaction fees down, which is why they like it. But they can say this to the public because they don't want the public to know which direction they're going in. But I call BS on this. Let's read. Most central banks see little benefit from blockchain during trials, it seems. According to a new report from IBM and independent think tank OMFIF, 61% of central banks do not yet believe that blockchain is necessary to improve efficiency. On the plus side, however, 38% are currently testing central bank digital currencies. Jesse Lund, vice president of IBM Blockchain, commented that Bitcoin introduced blockchain and distributed ledger technology. Why did he have to break that up? This is always skeptical on this. Blockchain is distributed ledger technology. So why say Bitcoin introduced blockchain? Okay. And distributed ledger technology to financial services. And in the process did a wonderful and terrible thing. On the one hand, it demonstrated that information technology and social readiness for an autonomous payment systems have matured to a tipping point. I agree. On the other, the social movement behind Bitcoin has perpetuated a mistaken idea that banks are no longer necessary actors for secure global money transfer. Let me dwell on that for a moment. Social movement behind Bitcoin has perpetuated a mistaken idea that central banks are no longer necessary. Well, I know a bunch of people living off the grid. They're not living with the bank. So that's not an accurate statement to make. Okay. The vast majority, 76% of banks surveyed, reported being unsure about the promise of distributed ledger technology, and many believe that the space will need to be. Excuse me if I'm yawning. I am working on very, very little sleep. It's been a long week. But many believe that the space will need to be regulated if it is to deliver. I agree with that part. Despite, or perhaps because of, dispelling this threat to their authority, many of the world's leading central banks have devoted considerable effort to examining the viability of introducing digital fiat currency as a complement or, listen to this, or indeed a replacement for physical cash. Wow, that's an important statement right there that they just slid on in there. Some of you will get that, some of you will not. Wow, that's huge. Most have concluded that although such an introduction could deliver benefits in both payment system efficiency and the exercise of monetary policy reasons, now is not the time, for a variety of practical and policy reasons, to proceed with the retail central bank digital currency. We don't need, see, here's the thing. We don't need the banks, current banks, to create a Bitcoin bank. We don't need that. This is an opportunity for those of you who want to become bankers. Open up your own crypto bank, and you're going to have nothing but customers because it's in high demand. Wow, I like that. Did I close out this? I closed out that other article and I didn't save what I wanted to save, that quote, so I have to pull it back up. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is the news for today. I am watching the markets closely because I want to see how far this slide is going to go, when it's going to level out. Bitcoin changed course a little bit. It was more than 2%, but the others are 3, 4, 5%. So it gets higher than that, then that's when, yeah, you might, well, if you're going to use a tether strategy, you got to do it now before it goes down even further. But these are good indicators that, you know, it's not over yet. All right, so with that, thank you guys for listening to the first crypto talk like this in quite some time. I will be back tonight with late night crypto talk because I got to get caught up on the crypto news so we can make our crypto investments. We're now coming at the end of the month of October, and November's right around the corner, which gives us 60 days left in the year. 60 days. Told you guys I did my New Year's resolution October 31st for the next 3 months. So now you need to get ready. Things are about to pick up tenfold in KGX. Been quiet for a reason, but things are about to pick up tenfold. So with that, you guys have a great day. I'll see you all tonight. Late night crypto talk will probably be, wait. Today's Monday. We'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Have a great day. God bless everybody. Bye-bye.